So the intro that you just watched was from St. Augustine, Florida. Before we bought our RV, we were staying with my grandmother in St. Augustine, and we love it there. So we wanted to share a little bit of where we were when we were trying to make the decision between
a travel trailer and a fifth wheel.
Correct.
So these are our thoughts. I'm warning you, this is going to be a pretty boring,
monotonous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to shorten it, but I mean, it's not going to be cool stuff. But this is our real thoughts on how we decided between a travel trailer and a fifth wheel as a family. So here it is.
When we got the diesel truck, we were like, gung-ho fifth wheel, let's go. And then we started looking at fifth wheels, and then it was bigger, 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 bigger. We need this, 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 and this. And now we're thinking we need to go back to what we were originally thinking, the Winnebago. It has everything we need. It's smaller, but it has everything we need, and it'll get us out there. So we're gonna go over some pros and cons and figure it out. Travel trailer or fifth wheel. So
William Lila made sheets for us. W. Pros and cons for the Winnebago.
Little fifth wheel.
The girls' room has bigger beds and has a door to close off and gives them space to change within their area.
in the Winnebago, the bathroom is right next to your bunks, girls, so you can just walk over there and change in the bathroom.
Yeah, I like that.
So there's a solution, and that's a con for us. A big con to the fifth wheel, and I'm not 100% sure, but you lose most of your truck bed. So you lose extra dry storage in the truck bed.
Yeah, drill some holes in the back of the truck.
Yep.
To drill some holes. The other con to the fifth wheel is that we have to buy a $1,000 hitch. So expensive hitch, Layla. And
we already have the sway.
pro to the Winnebago is we already have a hitch for that. So we have a sway bar, sway control already. A pro is it's cheaper. It's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, do you have like the fountain and the pontoons in the background?
Sure do.
I'm scared.
I don't have you in it though.
Oh.
No, you're in it.
I know.
You actually, Layla, you can scooch this way a little bit, and Lily, you can scooch forward a little bit. You're in it already, but you might be a little warped. There we go.
Now, there's 3 options of fifth wheels that we're looking at.
all
There's
basically
really
the
only
same.
2. The Jayco is different and cool, but I think we've knocked that off the list. The Jayco gave an option that was different than all the others we were looking at because the bunkhouse is at the front and the master is an east to west at the back of the camper, and that's different than all the other ones we've
That
looked at.
is really cool because you got a lot more changing area in the master to actually walk around and change. We hadn't seen anything like that. And then the other one is a Grand Design that has like this amazing countertop. It goes the whole length of the middle section, so that is a really cool one. And then the other one is a Highland Ridge fifth wheel that we really like. It has a big couch in it instead of a dinette and a couch. And it had that big changing area for the girls in their bunkhouse. So that's that. Those are the 3 fifth wheels that we're looking at, and they're all between 34 and 35 feet long. The Winnebago is
33 with the hitch, but it's a
32 and a half with the hitch, but it's only 28 feet of trailer. So I mean, it takes up a whole lot less room. So pro to the Winnebago is small. So say we are visiting some friends somewhere, it'd be a lot easier to stick the Winnebago in a driveway versus any one of those fifth wheels. Even though they're on the smaller end, they're all technically half-ton towables, but I would never tow one of those fifth wheels with a half-ton.
Yeah. Also, a pro for the fifth wheel is that the next $30 driving.
correct?
Yes?
Safer while driving, Marla.
Oh yeah?
But isn't it like what the sway bars for?
Yeah, but
Yes,
you still can't.
but it's still safer. Or easier to maneuver and drive with the fifth wheel.
It's like a Winnebago more. Skippy.
Hey, stop yelling at us.
Like, make your decision already.
I think that the storage in the Winnebago is better.
Actual
Travel trailer, the Winnebago I feel is better. It's got a drop frame, so it's this big, wide open, unobstructed pass-through. The smaller fifth wheels have a big opening, but it immediately closes down, so you can't put big bins in it. And one of them doesn't even have any back storage under the bed. So the Winnebago has this big storage in the front. You don't lose your truck bed, so you have that whole area for storage if you need it. And then you have storage under Layla's bunk as well for some big bins.
Or a Pro, it's lighter on the inside. The interior is lighter.
Now, the reason why, like, you're probably all like, well, there's like a million travel trailers out there. Why are we on the Winnebago? We're on the Winnebago because of its size, fit and finish. The interior is very light and airy. It's the smallest one with a really nice bathroom. It's got a great bathroom in it, with storage and a normal size shower.
Yeah.
So that was one of the reasons why we just stuck to that. Like, you can walk into some other layouts that are exactly like the Winnebago, but the finish isn't as good. The fixtures aren't as nice. The countertop's not as nice. It's got really dark interior. We didn't like it as much, so that's why we've narrowed it down to that brand.
bathroom is really important for us. We were like laughing with the guys at Winnebago when they were interviewing us at the Tampa RV show that because we're living in it, the bathroom space is really important, and the Winnebago has more storage space under the sink. There's an entire wardrobe or like a linen closet that's usable, and there's enough room to dress, and there's a lot of extra countertops. So that's something that we're willing to give up other things for to get those. What are all the things that we love about the fifth wheel?
Well, it feels really clean.
Okay, so it is one thing that we like, that there's a little bit of a hallway, a little bit of separation.
We should
And-
put like a value system to each phone on, and then we'll add them up.
Yeah, I think
Because the value system of feeling homey is probably not.
it's not as high as the
Terribly
bathroom and
high.
storage and stuff like that. At the same time, we keep going back and forth as to, yes, it feels more like a home and there's more separation, but the entire point of selling our home and being in a small space and traveling is not to find separation. It's actually the opposite. So
Yes,
we
I-
need to weigh that.
I think you need it. I think you need the separation sometimes, and that is actually, there's enough separation in the Winnebago that if you need it, you can go find it. You have space
I
like
really
that.
like how wide it is in the middle and the sides out. Even when it's in, it's really wide.
You guys could make a Ford out of that front storage.
So movable table for the Winnebago is a pro.
So a con to the Winnebago is it's expensive for what it is, because you can go get that
Expensive
same
for-
layout in another one for $4,000 to $5,000 cheaper.
There's a better quality to what you're getting. The exterior paint is different.
Oh yeah,
The
gel paint.
walls are well built. I mean, as we've gone through this, so you narrow down what you like in an RV, and then the next step is to look at the companies that are making these and going and looking at reviews. And I highly suggest like going and looking at all these different consumer review websites. And you do have to keep in mind the amount of RVs that are being sold by a certain dealer, and that's why you might have more. But when you look up two different RV companies, and one of them has 80,000 bad reviews, and 80 bad reviews, and then another one has almost 800 bad reviews on that brand, you really have to start looking at it. And if a lot of them are saying the same things over and over and over, you're looking up a company and they're saying that while on the road, gray tanks and black tanks are falling out of an RV.
Or AC issues.
Right. Walls on the inside peeling off, like literally coming off on the inside, and it's happening over and over and over again in all these different reviews, then you've got to start, thinking about the quality of the brand that you're buying. So that's where we are right now, is making sure that of these ones that we're looking at, that we're going with a good quality producer.
And we're not under no illusions that any of these are, unless you're buying $1 million like Class A motor coach, like the quality, you're gonna fall apart no matter what.
There's stuff that's gonna happen. Warranty is also something that we have to think about. Making sure that the warranty is for extended living. And the Winnebago
so pro to the Winnebago is it'll tow easier. Probably get better gas mileage. It's going to be 2,000 pounds lighter. So another thing you have to take into account is what these trailers can actually hold in them. And the fifth wheels on average that we're looking at have a 1,700 pound payload. And we don't think that's going to be quite enough. And I don't want to be limited to that. And the Winnebago, I believe, is 2,300 pounds. So 500 pounds more of stuff we can bring with us, which I don't know why they would put axles in there that couldn't handle more weight, but 1,700 pounds is just not that much.
And we have, all of our stuff, everything we own, which includes a lot of his tools. We have a lot of camera equipment, and that stuff adds up really, really fast.
We plan
so
on
you have to be
boondocking
thinking
a
about
lot, so
that.
we're going to be bringing a lot of water.
Right.
Not only the tanks, but cans of water as well. So.
And at some point we are planning on going into solar, and so you have to think about the weight of your solar panels, your batteries. Which weigh a ton. So we've got to be thinking ahead for what we're going to be using this for as far as weight goes. An interesting point, we really thought that we would love the big, huge wraparound couch that has 2 individual tables as opposed to a dinette. And going to the Tampa RV show in Nanny's Class C has a 1 couch and a dinette, and the girls really realized how much they love that dinette and would love it for games in school and us eating. It's something that we didn't think we would want, and so again, everybody says rent an RV, go use somebody else's, try stuff out, because you don't realize some of the things that you might want until you're actually in it and using it. We just went really RVing for the first time, boondocking, and realized some things about the shower and the bathroom situation, the space that we need in the master to be able to change and maneuver, especially since in the Winnebago we won't be near the bathroom. The bathroom's on the other end of the trailer. So we've got to make sure we have enough room to get dressed.
So I don't know which one's easier to break down and set up. I really don't know. I don't know. We've hooked up a million boats. I hook up boats all the time, but I know that sway control is a little bit different than that.
Right.
And then as far as leveling goes, I also don't know, but I'm going to assume it's going to be easier to level the Winnebago since it's smaller. So you got something though?
Just reading through. So far we've got a lot of pros to the Winnebago.
That is quite a bit of pros.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to think of a pro.
It is pros
for
us.
For the fifth wheel that wasn't a pro already to the Winnebago.
It's hard.
A motorized home versus the travel trailer or fifth wheel towable is. I wanted a truck to drive around. I didn't want to tow a little car or something little and have 2 drivetrains to worry about getting work done on it, because I can work on a truck, or it's easy to drop a truck off somewhere versus a Class A motorhome. Not everybody works on them, and they're expensive to work on.
A trailer, your house.
A trailer, there's stuff that can go wrong with it, but nothing some hard work can't fix. You can change a tire on that thing. You could even probably change an axle if you needed to. But you aren't going to do any of that kind of work on a Class C or Class A. But there's definitely something awesome about driving around. I think we spent time in that Class C, and that was, we weren't towing anything, but that was no different than driving around a big truck, really.
No.
It was handy.
He asked me if I had a choice if we sold our truck and bought one of those. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of our truck. It's my baby. It's the best.
Girls are liking the truck. It's really nice, but the type of RVing that we're going to be doing, and everyone says it, you've got to figure out what you want to do in order to make the right decision here. And we're going to be going short distances. We're not going to be making 10 and 12-hour days regularly. We'll do some, but not regularly.
It's unavoidable sometimes.
Not regularly. We'll be doing shorter trips to get to different places. So our year got a little turned around because we are now heading back to Maine for a wedding in May. So we've got some changes to what our original plans were, but that's the best part about this, is when something comes up, we have the ability to alter and change plans and move around in a different way, and our home will be with us, and we can park it in a yard and go to a wedding.
A con for the Winnebago is how it's ducted. They've got those, and I don't know if it's an issue or not, they've got all those vents that are down in the ground, down in the floor.
And it's concerning to think about food dropping down in it or stuff like debris.
So extra vents?
Just a vent in the floor, yeah.
Vents in the floor.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're going to get filled with stuff. That extra budget that we don't spend on the fifth wheel, because it looks like it's going to be, well, it's probably going to be $3,000 difference in price.
Probably.
And then $1,000 we don't have to spend on it. So that's $4,000 that we can put into staying places and a solar system and other
battery
gadgets.
banks.
All right, so that's that. Now we're going to look at these. We're going to value this list, and then hopefully we'll have an answer here pretty soon. So there you go.
Do you want me to turn it off?
Yeah, it was still recording, right?
Yeah, it's
How long?
It's like 24.
Okay, so we spent some more time, probably like another hour, going over like the little details that we wrote down. We added a few things, and then we gave the whole thing a value system. So not just because it's on the pros list doesn't mean that it's all worth the same points. So we're gonna add them up, and we're gonna see which one wins. Why don't we start with the Winnebago?
$29.
All right.
Winnebago got a score of 29.
You can do this one. Wheel.
All right, so this is the fifth wheel. And this is fifth wheel, meaning it's a mix of 3 different fifth wheels, so they're not really model specific, just fifth wheel specific.
26.
26. So on paper, Lily's happy.
Lily's very much team Winnebago.
We were out there crunching some more numbers and adding new pros and cons, and mostly pros to the fifth wheel, because we're kind of team Winnebago, but not I'm really on the fence because I don't want to have to go buy another RV. So Lily was upset because we were adding points to the fifth wheel, and she was not happy. She was not happy about it. But it looks like the Winnebago is definitely we're leaning towards now. It is really nice to put stuff on paper and really figure it out, because I don't think either one would be a bad choice, but this just helps. Pros and cons lists always help. I think we can do them for every bit of life. So we're on to search for some Winnebagos, 27 BHSS.